All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are taking a deep dive into something you do all day, every day, without even thinking about it: breathing. We're going to explore your respiratory system, which is basically the powerhouse that lets you run, think, and just live. It's working for you right now, so let's see how it's done.
Seriously, have you ever stopped to think about it? You take about 20 breaths every single minute. That's thousands of times a day. And with every single one of those breaths, something truly incredible is happening inside your body. So, let's follow a breath of air and find out exactly what's going on.
Okay, first things first. Before we get into all the different parts and tubes, we gotta answer the biggest, most important question. Why? Why do we even need to breathe? What's the point?
And here it is, the big secret. It all comes down to one word: energy. Think about it. Every time you run, jump, learn something new, or even dream, your body is using up energy. And the special ingredient it needs to unlock that energy from the food you eat is oxygen. Simple as that. No oxygen, no energy.
Now, there's a fancy scientific name for this: cellular respiration. It sounds complicated, I know, but all it really means is that your cells are burning food for fuel. You can picture every single cell in your body, all trillions of them, as a teeny tiny engine. And oxygen? Well, oxygen is the spark that makes those engines go. So, now we know why we need oxygen. The next question is, how does it get where it needs to go? Let's go on a little journey. We're going to follow a single breath of air as it travels from the outside world deep into your lungs. Our journey starts in your nose or your mouth, where the air gets warmed up and cleaned. Then, whoosh, down your throat, that's the pharynx, right past your voice box, the larynx, and into a big tube called the trachea, or windpipe. From there, the path splits into two tubes called the bronchi, which then branch out into even smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles. And at the very end of the line, millions of tiny air sacs called the alveoli. Let's look a little closer at that trachea, your windpipe. It's so cool how it's designed. You see those C-shaped rings? They're made of this tough but flexible stuff called cartilage. They work exactly like the plastic rings on a vacuum cleaner hose. They hold the tube open, so it never collapses. This makes sure air always has a wide, clear road to travel down into your lungs.
This is probably the best way to picture what happens next. After those main branches, the airways keep splitting into smaller and smaller bronchioles. I want you to think of them just like the tiny twigs on a tree, spreading out in every direction to deliver air to every single part of your lungs.
Okay, we've followed the air all the way down the highway, through all the branches and all the little twigs. We have arrived. This is the destination, the end of the line. And this is where the magic happens. This is the spot where the most important event of the entire journey takes place: the great gas swap. So at the very end of all those tiny twigs are these microscopic little balloons, the alveoli. And you don't have just a few of them. You don't have a few thousand. In your lungs right now, you have around 300 million of these amazing little air sacs.
And you might be asking, why on earth do we need 300 million of them? Well, it's because together they create a gigantic surface for breathing. Get this, if you could somehow take all of your alveoli and lay them out flat, they would cover an entire tennis court. All that space is what lets the gas swap happen super fast with every single breath.
But wait, how does the air actually get pulled in and pushed out? It's all thanks to this big, powerful muscle that sits right under your lungs called the diaphragm. When you breathe in, your diaphragm moves down, your chest gets bigger, and that motion pulls air into your lungs. When you breathe out, the diaphragm moves up, your chest gets smaller, and the air gets pushed out. Go on, try it. Take a big, deep breath, and you can actually feel your chest getting bigger. So here it is, the great gas swap. Inside those 300 million little alveoli, the oxygen you just breathed in passes through the wall and jumps into your blood. And at the exact same moment, a waste gas your body needs to get rid of, carbon dioxide, jumps out of your blood and into the alveoli. It's a perfect trade. Good stuff in, bad stuff out. So the lungs did their job. They loaded up the blood with fresh oxygen. But that oxygen isn't much good if it just hangs out in the lungs, right? To get that fuel to the rest of the body, the respiratory system needs a partner. It has to team up with another system. And what a partnership it is. Just think of it like this. Your lungs are the warehouse, where the oxygen gets loaded up. Then your circulatory system, that's your heart, your arteries, your veins, that's the delivery service. Your blood cells are like millions of tiny delivery trucks that take that oxygen to every single cell in your body. And on the return trip, they pick up the trash, the carbon dioxide.
and bring it right back to the lungs to be thrown out.
Wow, we've just seen how incredible and important your respiratory system is. It works hard for you 24/7 without ever taking a break. So that brings up a really important question. What can we do to help it out? Why does all this matter? Well, it's pretty simple. Healthy lungs mean a healthy, energetic you.
So here's a quick and easy user manual for your lungs. The do's are things you already know. Get your body moving every day. That makes your breathing muscles stronger. And drink lots of water, because that helps keep everything inside your airways working smoothly to trap and remove germs. And the biggest don'ts? It's a no-brainer. Never, ever smoke or vape. It is the absolute fastest way to damage this amazing system.
So let's just wrap this all up. From the very first breath you took when you were born to the one you're taking right now, your lungs are your personal powerhouse. They are the engine that provides that essential spark of oxygen, fueling your muscles, your brain, every single part of you.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. After learning about everything they do for you day in and day out, what are you going to do today to thank your lungs? Maybe just go for a walk outside and take a few really deep, clean breaths. Or maybe just drink an extra glass of water. Whatever it is, remember that incredible powerhouse working hard inside you.